really don't belong. I can't explain it. When I close my eyes, I see a strange reality. Am I dreaming, or on the edge of remembering? You wake up feeling like you really don't belong. You can't explain it, but when you close your eyes you see familiarity. Are you dreaming, or on the edge of remembering? Okay, that drama's over, and we're back. Good afternoon, darlings. I thought we'd start off today with focus on so-called reality, because we are in charge of creating our reality. That is the bottom line, that is the truth, but I thought I'd just show you through a card. From the Ask and It Is Given deck by Abraham Hicks. Every reality has been focused into being by somebody. Every reality has been focused by someone into being. You were taught to face reality before you knew you were creating reality. Do not face reality unless it's a reality you want to create. For any reality only exists because someone has focused it into being. Those statistics are about your experiences and others. They're not about any hard and fast now reality. If you're only focused on what you know, and what you know is not pleasant, is it doing you any good? Can you change anything that's already been into something new? not easily. You have to get your energy there first. First, understand that what you are feeling, what you are projecting energetically, is what you are in the process of allowing to come into your life. So, if you're focused on a reality that you don't like, you're making it even more real. You don't want to do that. You want something better, something that feels good to think about. So that's what you want to change your thinking to. If you catch yourself thinking about a reality that you're looking at and going, I don't like that, stop, catch it, and go, oh, wait a second. Obviously, I don't like that reality, so I'm not going to pay attention to it anymore. I am going to say, let's make a new reality over here, one I like, and start looking for it. Get inspired. That's what the inspiration is for, is to guide you toward what's already waiting for you on the other side, the better reality. So remember, you're in, oh, you have so much power. You are nowhere near understanding how much power you have. It's mind-boggling. So, that said, let us continue making this. I am going to go and get a big piece of styrofoam, and actually I've got a smaller piece right here. It's already working for me, but I just need a little bit of it. And I'm going to go get a couple of push pins. Yeah, I think we'll get some push pins. I started sewing this to hold it together at the base. So I know it's the right size, even if it keeps popping off this piece of clay. But I assure you, the clay is not Toblerina. Okay, so we need I want a finer pin than a push pin. So where did they go? Oh, my little teeny tiny toe ties. Stay there. Don't run away. Well, that's just silly. I need a pin. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we first need to make sure we're gonna not go anywhere with that. Did I knock that off? Oh, the microscope glasses. Ah, that's better. Okay. All right, so we've got a little cap here. There, stay. And what I'm trying to do is get this to lay flat. So I will have to glue that in place and then shove it together. Okay, just stay there. Get the first part done. That's going to have to dry, so we're just going to leave that alone for now. Oh, and there's those needles sitting right there. Okay, here we've got our little hippie wig. And we've got to put the ears on. Make sure we're here. Chat. La chat. Come on, chat. Okay. I've got plugged in and charging right now, so put it where I can hopefully see. Okay, so we've got our little kitty cat ears, which I have to make work on that. Oops. Oops, there, now come on. Oh no, I knocked the top off. Matter of fact, there we go. All right. There we go. Oh, a little off. Can't have it that way. It must be right. Come on. The hair has to be even because I already measured this on Toblerina. Now, it has been suggested and requested that I fill people in on Toblerina's story. Who is Toblerina and why? And I think that's an excellent couple of questions to answer. I'm trying to figure out how to do it in very short explanation. And so far, I haven't honed it down to like 30 seconds. This is what happened. But I am thinking about it and looking at different ways to express what inspired her creation. Now, the truth is about Toblerina, she was born through an inspiration, but the inspiration started with a feeling of Desperation. And people suggesting that I sell pictures of my feet. And after looking into it, I realized that was not what I really wanted to do. But when I thought about a string bikini, and Toblerina wearing it, I laughed out loud. I figured, well, that's freaking hilarious to me. And if other people laugh, then all right. So I made the bikini. And that was her first outfit. And people laughed. And I am a sucker for laughter. I have wanted and I've worked at making people laugh since I was a little kid. It's always been important to me. I really don't know exactly why. I guess everybody who's gone into show business in any way, they love the audience. They love making people laugh and smile and feel things. So that's pretty much how this started, with an idea that made me laugh. Now the desperate part had to do with food supply and the desperate need to somehow make an extra couple $100 a month, and do it regularly. Now I have not done it yet, but that's where it all started. It's like, what can I do to make just a little extra money a month so I can make ends meet in the food department? All right, we're going to have to let these dry, and then I can work with that. Right now it's kind of precarious. Okay, so next, the eye patch goes with that little scarf that we started off with. Put it over there so we cannot lose it. Okay, yes, we are going to need 6 different colored beads of 6 different colors for this. And that's not going to happen today because I have no way of just getting that together. I don't have 6 different colors of beads that are all the same size, and they have to be the same size for me to build. This is the Pride wig, so we're going to be doing a rainbow on that, and I don't have enough colors, so it's going to have to wait. The first pair of sunglasses are done. They're nice and shiny. I used clear nail polish to shine up those lenses. They're rice paper, but they have to look like glass after all, or at least plastic. All right, so let's set those aside. You are waiting. I am using that right now. Put away. That was my phone. Oh, yeah. No, it's that. They just picked up my signed slip. I have to answer this. Okay. Now, I'm gonna be trying these right here live on the air. So I'm going to take a picture of what this is. This is gonna be fun. Should be fun. Okay, now, take a sip of water. I got something fun in the mail. Say with text due to device restriction or insufficient funds. Why would I text with myself? Why would I send a text to myself? Very strange. It's always something with these phones. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, phone. Hello, phone. I'm looking for my phone app. Like, excuse me. I just don't know which one it is anymore. Oh, maybe that one. My account app. I don't remember this ever working. Well, while it tries to figure that out, yeah, I thought that was weird. I have unlimited texts. Yeah, okay. So that was garbage. It was bullshit mail. What do you know? Okay, back to the matter at hand. I got something special. Organic, legal mood. A potent and well-rounded fun high. Rapid onset gummies. Hits in 5 to 15 minutes. I got 10. Directions. 1 to 2 pieces. Do not take more than 2 gummies in a 24-hour period, even if you don't feel anything. Now, this is a Delta 9 gummy. Federally compliant. Fruit flavored with real fruit flavors. All right, let's try the minimum, which is 1. And nope, haven't tried these before. This is a new thing. Now, you've seen the commercials. I get these commercials constantly, so someone must have seen them elsewhere as well. This company is Mood, and they have stuff that's legal to ship all over the country. So this is apparently a grape flavor. Yep, grape. That's great. Grape. It's working already. Yeah. All right, what time is it? 3:42. So let's check in at 4 o'clock. It doesn't taste any better than any other gummy I've had. Start off like, that's good. And it goes to, actually, this one's not that bad. Yeah, I could do these without gagging. My preference is dark chocolate, a nano formula. But this stuff is very expensive, and if I don't get it mailed to me, it's difficult to get because of how far I have to go and how I have to get there. My studio is moving under my hands. Okay. Okay, so we're going to move this aside. These are costumes that are actually, you just need to work a little further. This needs to go back in a bag. Where is the bag? Because I like that. And I'm not ready to give it away. We are going to be giving these away on Twitch. In return for postage. Yes, I can't afford to do a giveaway. So I'll give you what I made, but you're going to have to pay for me to mail it. Not bad. A lot of stuff will just be a number 10 envelope and off it goes, you know. Easy peasy and cheap. It depends on how flat one can make it. If it's very flat and lightweight, like not a whole bunch of beads on it. But if we're talking something like this for the whole foot, this has not appeared on camera yet as part of the, you know, routine. So we're not getting rid of this at this point. It's more like an after bathing, after swimming, when you're going to lay by the swimming pool, you just wrap your foot up and protect it from sun. That's if you would like Toblerina. Hello? Hello? Fingers crossed. Everybody's rooting for me. I love it. Okay. Let's move that over. And we're going to move these over. Oh, nope. I can't move that over. Yep. You know, I really need to just finish this. I can't make a knot out of that. Let's see what I've got. Just happen to have some pink at hand. It's not the exact pink, but that's all right because it will be covered up. Okay, that's all I needed to do for the moment. Just want to keep these things from getting too crazy. Okay, now I can put this away for another day. This is actually connected to one of my stories. Whenever I'm writing a new story, I like to have something symbolic from it, like this. This is from Numeris 2 in the beginning. And for the first Numeris, I have Synthargus the dragon. The third one, I'm not telling you what we're going to have, but we will have something. Okay, now the next order of business, let's not lose any of these things. No, I'm not going to separate these at the moment. This is for when I need a break talking and just start separating these. I'm trying to see if we can use these, because these colors go very nicely, to decorate this. But we're not ready to take it off, even though I did take that off there. Okay. Not today. We have, though, for people who show up today, anybody who wants one can ask. Hey, don't get smart out like it with me. And now, oh yeah. I will know soon. Okay, next we are continuing to work on the background for what this is being made for. We have a pretend catnip mouse, which is going to also be part of the background. But first, here it is. Now I have made these little lines going from one side to the next, basically to illustrate the connections of women. Hold on, I see. Come on, YouTube, come back. And hello there, Charlie. How are you doing today? No doubt you have heard about the other AI chatbots that are coming out, or out. Actually, I'm on a waiting list for one, for the one that goes with Chrome, the Google one. And I think I got a Windows one. There's a couple. All the major companies have one. So, of course, right now everybody's very excited about it. So, I'll stay out of the fray. I can see it's going to be a lot of fun for people, and that is awesome. And it's being compared in order of importance, as important as the invention of the internet. So that's fun. Check it out. One I think is called Bard, maybe? Bard? And I forget the name of the other one. Hold on a second. Oh, Bing has one. There's an open chat AI chatbot. Who's is that? But they're all limited. Oh yeah, that's the one. That was ChatGPT. Talk to me all day. I'll let you talk to my friends. I'll throw the ads away. Earn me. $5 a week, $9 a month, or lifetime. Pay $60 with no recurring payment. Online activation, top content, close. Brainiac. Cute. I mean, it's all cute. They'll get better. ChatGPT has sent you a premium gift. Tap to receive. It's just an offer to buy it. Also, it's like impossible to get out of it without just shutting the whole thing. So it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, that's the one. ChatGPT is the one I downloaded, and you kept saying it's not the one. I said, yes, it is. And so, how are you doing so much talking to it if you're not paying for it? Oh, do a search. I ran across them today, as much accidentally as intentionally. All right, I got it. Where did that damn thing go? Oh, I see. All right, let's have another damn thing. See, this stuff. When I realized I like the colors, because the color brings it all together. It's the right color, but it doesn't stand out. Well, that's weird. This will give you 3 free questions, but after that you have to pay. And it's saying it is exactly what you're saying it is, but my version is paid. I mean, it has to be paid for, so no, I will not be doing that at this point in my life, no matter how much fun it is. Well, I mean, I just read you what it says. That is what it's called. What is the icon when you're talking? Does it show any pictures? Like, hold on, I'll show you what I've got. Open Chat-AI chatbot. It's this little green. That's the icon. Is that the same as what you have? And then the Bing one is just the Bing one. It's a Microsoft one. Same deal. I think you get 3 questions. Rewards. Earn Microsoft reward points by searching. Oh, this one I guess you earn some stuff. I haven't done anything with it because I haven't had time to read the terms. And you know that they're adding to their stuff, so not ready. After I read it, I'll see what I think. But hold on, let me get back to my YouTube so I can see what you're saying, because I see type on the screen. I see. Well, it's doing a good job. Open Chat AI is being used by Google. Yes, it does. But I said, I got on the waiting list for one, so we'll see what that one does. I mean, all of it is very entertaining, and it's something that we've dreamt of having for years and years and years. But all these things, you know, they take time to perfect. They're limited because people don't want you using it for free. OpenAI, yeah. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no. The OpenAI is what is powering Bard for Google and Bing. Yeah, I think they're all using the same background. Be careful for what? They all want money, so I'm very careful. I'm not giving them any. What do I need to be careful about specifically? All right, I'm just going to use this as a temporary palette. Here, hold my goo and glue. Well, anything that is AI is going to be learning from every interaction. That's the whole idea, that it keeps getting smarter, which is one of the things that make people get more paranoid. I hope this is going to work. Not too much. Man, it's not really very viscous. Yes, what I'm going to do in just a second here is a very messy, in general, process, so I don't want to have to do it twice. And I'm working with stuff that's very fine and clear. So there's that risk. Tomorrow is cafe day. Yay. It's the weekend. I have had this glitter, ultrafine multicolored glitter, original Prisma glitter. I don't know what it cost, but this came out in the 80s, and I've had it since then. And this company came out with fairy dust. That is basically the same as this, but larger. Now, this is where the mess comes in, and why I don't like glitter. All right, it took. It's also everywhere I don't want it. Uh-huh. Oh, so he didn't take you seriously for some reason. Okay, that's me. So where's my live chat? There we go. That's why I said you have to be direct. He doesn't take you seriously. He doesn't think you're ever interested in working for some reason. So you're going to have an adult conversation with him. If you don't talk to him like an adult, he's not going to treat you like one, sweetie. Well, see, that's why I said when the subject comes up, when the iron is hot, you strike. That's when you do it. If you don't do it, they don't take you seriously. He's already dismissed you on one level as you're just another kid. So you're going to have to talk him into it if you want the job. Well, no, I'm not recommending or suggesting you do it for free. It's not an apprenticeship to work in a frickin' cafe. It's unskilled labor. It only takes 1 day to train you in the basics, and after that it's just people skills and learning how to be faster and more efficient. But I don't think it's going to take you a whole shift to learn how to work a register. If you do it all. Now, you don't usually put newbies right on the register unless you're being trained to be on the register all the time. Yes, I'm sure you see people and you want to interact with them. Interacting with them, again, it's the one you need to interact with is the guy who owns the place and has the power to hire you. If you want a job, you've got to be straight about it. No pun intended. You have to be clear on what you want, what you're looking for. not just what you want. It's like, can you use me 4 hours a week? I need to make some money. No, 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 no. You're not, if that's the wrong approach. It's not good business to even think like that. You want to go in there and you say, excuse me, however you address the guy, whatever is suitable, but get him when he's not talking to somebody and say, excuse me, look, I need to make some money and and tell him how many hours you have that you want to work. Say, I can work this many hours. Do you have anything I can do around here to make a little extra money? You don't know what else he's got going on. He may be working. So people might be working off loans, for all you know. The point is, he has to make that decision. But if he knows you're interested and you come across like a responsible adult and mature enough to say, this is what I have to offer, this is what I'd like, is there any way we can work something out, even temporarily? What do you mean rational? I don't think you're understanding the whole work boss relationship thing. You're looking at this like you can't step on any toes or whatever it is. Like, no, you're not handling this like an adult. And you're not an adult, so that's why you're not handling it like an adult. It's really simple. You're trying to put a bug in his ear. What do you want to impress a future employer with? Your availability, your desire to work and be good at it. They don't need some schmuck around just hanging out, looking for ways to get free coffee and wasted their time. So if you look like you're sincerely interested in working whatever hours you can do, 4 hours a week, you'll be surprised at how many people will find a way to get somebody in there for just a few hours. Let the adult make that decision. You just let him know you're available. He may say, look, I appreciate you asking. I don't have anything right now, but when something is open, I'll let you know. That's the whole idea. No, you don't say for why pay. That's none of your fucking business. He knows what his pay can be. You do not say, oh, I'm willing to work if you can pay me high enough for this. No, it's your first job. You're a nobody. You're a nothing. You have zero skills, zero experience, and being cute and nice is not enough. Sorry. Because you're asking him to train you. All right? Someone's got to train you. That's their time because you don't know what the hell to do, right? You think it's all like, oh, just do this and do. Yeah, some of it is, but some of it's little stuff in the back you don't know. You don't know. So you have to act like you're interested and want to know, because if someone came up to you and asked you for help, try to see it through that lens. I have seen lots of people that have come up for jobs and I've looked at them and go, yeah, you're interested, fuck off. You're just lazy, you're looking for something, you're just so wishy-washy, I don't know if you'll show up for the goddamn job, forget it. You have to show that you want it to get the job. That's how I got jobs when I wasn't even legally old enough to get the job, because I knew how to bullshit and be really nice and say, look, I have this after school. I can do this on the weekends. I've got this kind of time. Is there anything I can do? And I would go, well, we don't need you on Sunday, or we only need you on Sunday. Are you available at 6:30 when the bakery opens up to 3 in the afternoon? Yes, absolutely. You don't even question it. It's like, yeah, he gave me a shot 1 day a week. And that got bigger as time went on. Have people like you. It'll be nice if they like you, but that's not the job. The job is to serve those people. They'll like you if you get their order straight and deliver it quickly without making a mess. That's what they will like. That's what the boss will like. They want to see someone willing to hustle. So some sincerity. Yes, I really want this gig. I really want a job. We used to have to compete for jobs. And it looks like at that cafe you do too. Because there's a bunch of people there already working under whatever circumstances. But if they're getting the hours, they come first. We used to have to prove ourselves to an employer, especially for gigs like that, because anybody can replace you. It's that easy. It's like, you want to shine, you want to be special, you want everybody to love you. You got to get the gig first to prove yourself, right? The boss has to like you first. They don't hire people because the people in the restaurant like you. The owners don't care about that until you're actually an employee. If you're just there being nice because you're buying coffee and sitting around reading a paper, you're looking at the wrong thing, Charlie. That's not what bosses want. You don't understand what getting a job means. You think you're going to charm. Oh, I'm so charming. I'm so cute. Everyone's going to love me, so of course he's going to hire me. Yeah. It doesn't pay you off as much as you think. Although I did get a waitress job because I was willing to wear a shorter skirt. But they don't care about that either. When somebody wants their food, they want their food. They don't give a shit how cute and charming you are. Because you don't have time to be cute and charming when you're working. That's a luxury of a client. You haven't had the job for 1 hour yet, so you can't talk to it. You can't speak to that job because you haven't done it. You haven't even applied. They're not being hired to be your aunties and your grandparents. Doesn't matter. Once you get the job, then maybe, yeah, they'll like you enough to actually leave you a tip. They see you going above and beyond for them, then they might go above and beyond for you. But they're not going to tell the guy to, oh, hire him. He's nice. Yeah, hire him. They don't do that. Just because you charm the people. You have to charm the boss. He obviously did not take you seriously by what he said to you. It's like, oh, yeah, I thought you wanted to do, and you never followed it up. You've been here twice now, and you haven't said a damn thing. Now, all of a sudden, oh, you want to work? It's funny. I didn't think you meant it. The people who like you, lovely. If they're not paying you, they don't count. When one of those grannies or aunties wants to hire you, do something for them personally, then yay, you succeeded. But the boss doesn't want you sitting around blabbing to the people when you're hired to work. So don't confuse how they treat you as a customer with how they will want you to be as an employee. It's not the same. And I say that as someone who spent years being a waitress and a bartender and loving my customers, and it was mutual. I was well liked. I was respected. I got help where I needed it. But you don't know shit about getting a job because you haven't done it yet. So when you get your job, then we'll talk more on it. But you're romancing the wrong stone. The place is complicated. He's the boss's brother. You're making it complicated. You're still missing the whole point. It doesn't matter who likes you if it's not the person paying you. And if you want a job, you do what everybody who wants a job does. You go to the employer and ask for one. But you cannot tell them how much you're going to work for. Oh no, not for your first job especially. You're not like right out of college or something. You've got nothing speaking for you. You're just a high school student. You're not even out of high school yet. You don't even have a high school degree. So don't overestimate your importance to the place. Obviously, you're not needed. And any job they give you right now would be a gift. It would be, hey, student wants to develop a work ethic. We're going to help him. We've got a couple hours. We'll give him this job. All right, man. We can use you every Saturday this time. You know when you usually come in here to relax with your coffee and newspaper? That's when we need you. I didn't say serious, but when it comes to asking for a job, serious is what you're supposed to be, or you look like an asshole to the adult interviewing you. You look like you really don't care and you're just half-ass about it. Maybe I'll get a job. And they will be laughing behind your back. I bet he thinks he's going to get $20 an hour for this shit. Honey, I've been there. I've been in the boss's seat and I've been on the employer's seat. So this is a job in a cafe. It's a nothing job. It takes a lot of energy. It can be exhausting. And you do not make much at all. You're lucky if you make enough to cover your coffees. If he doesn't have hours, you say, okay, thank you. Would you keep me in mind for the future if there's an opening? That's it. You say, thank you. Keep me in mind for the future, because the first time there was an opening, because they see you and you're friendly and that's where they see you nice. They say, well, he seems like a nice guy. We'll give him a shot. We have an opening. Believe me, the turnover can happen very fast in a cafe. So you're not going there to assume you're going to get hired. You go there to let them know you're looking, you're willing, you're able, and you just let them know I have this many hours besides school. I really am looking to fill a couple of hours a week with work. I need to make a little money. They know you're not expecting to get rich going to a cafe, but you will get your first training. You get to learn working with these people. You'll get along fine because that's where the charm will help. But when you go to apply for a job, straight off the top, Charlie, you got to be direct like an adult. You go up, you look them in the eye, you smile, say, look, hey, I need to make a little money, so I'm just saying I'd like to let you know I'm looking for work. If there's a little work available at some point, I'd really like to try out for the job. If you are sincere and you're nice, we already know you're nice, so you don't have to like change your personality. You just have to be sincere and respectful to the adults in the room. And if they see that, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt of whether you can even do the job or not. And they will keep you in mind because you're nice. But being nice to all the customers, that's not how you get hired. They're going to watch you once you actually apply, but you have to apply. That's step one. What do you mean me to warm myself up to it a little before it? What do you mean warming yourself up? Charlie, actually the easiest way and the best way, and you can't do it, I don't think, unless you are really on top of it. The best way is when they are opening the store. When you were like the first one there, before anyone else, you have their ear, and you will follow them around while they're doing their thing. Excuse me, I just want to let you know I'm looking for work in case you ever have any, a little bit here, a little bit there. I've got these days or these hours. You let them know when you're available because you're going to school. The whole idea is that whatever you earn is going to help support whatever you need for the rest of the school year. When they know that you are doing something for your own betterment, it's not like you're looking to make a few bucks real fast to go out and buy drugs or booze, all right? You're showing them you're a nice person, you're reliable. So my way of doing it is to be the first one there before anybody else can distract them, because opening the store is already a distraction. It doesn't matter who else likes you. You're missing the whole point. It's already assumed you're likable and that people will like you. It doesn't matter. That's not what they're looking for. They want to know someone will be there at the time they say. If they say, look, your shift is this day. You got 1 day a week. You got a 4-hour shift. It starts then. Honey, if you ain't 15 minutes early to your shift, you're a loser. All right? That's bottom line. They don't give a rat's ass how impressive you are with the customers if you are not delivering the job. That's all they have to see. And then, of course, you're going to be nice to everybody. That is what you are. You're a nice guy. So you're going to be nice to everybody. You're going to charm everybody. But that's not how you get the job. You don't warm up. You don't offer to work a day free. That is so amateur that it's like saying, here, I don't know what I'm doing. Take advantage of me. They pay very little. They pay to train you. That's why they want to make sure you really mean it. You're not going to just like, this is the one I thought. I don't like it. I'm quitting after one shift. No, it's not realistic. It's stupid. I'm telling you as someone who was very well loved by her customers, you are over-exaggerating the importance of that end of it because you are afraid to just be direct with this person or these people. Why can't you be direct? Why can't you just do it like an adult, go in and apply for the job? Why are you making it into a bigger mess and impressing people who don't count, who could drop dead tomorrow and have nothing to do with you being hired or how much money you're going to make? Not maybe in America, in the world of working. This is how it works. The people who are buying the coffee are not the ones hiring you. And it doesn't matter how many of them say, oh, you should hire Charlie, he's awesome. Because you'll be surprised at how many people don't do that. You walk away from their table after you drop off whatever they're doing, and they promptly forget about you until the next time you pop up into their house, into their face. You're just another nice person at the cafe. You're expected to be nice, whether you're a customer or you're an employee. You're expected to be nice. It's okay. What's wrong with getting a direct response? What is wrong with that? Show me what is wrong with getting a direct response. If they say that, what do you say? Please keep me in mind for the future, if you would. I assume I'm going to need a job for a while, probably the rest of my life. So if you'll keep me in mind for when there's an opening, I'd appreciate it. And then you have put the bug in their ear. You have to at least get that far. It doesn't matter how many employees they have. That's none of your business. The only business you have is go to the people who have power, not the underlings. You go to the people who have the power to hire you and fire you. And you ask them if they foresee any openings. Would they consider hiring you part-time? That you just need a few hours because you're going to school. You explain that. I just did it in 1 minute. Under 1 minute. You can tell them in 30 seconds exactly what I told you. I don't understand why you are so resistant to being very basic. Yeah, and you're not going to be able to support yourself on a job at the cafe. But if you even get a part-time job and show yourself as being reliable, that will be a reference for getting a better job after school. You have to think ahead. Getting any job right now while you're in school is just to get a little experience. And that experience, and hopefully the friends you make, that's where you're being so nice and wonderful with everybody will be helpful, because you're going to need letters of recommendation if you're not going in there with a degree more than a high school diploma. I mean, no one counts a high school diploma anymore. That's as bottom line basic as one gets. It doesn't mean you have to go through a bunch of college, but when they're looking for employees, anybody, they've got the cream of the crop out there looking for work. You put everything on your resume for your first time out. No, you will not keep a part-time temporary job in a cafe on your resume. But the reference from the person who hires you and says, hey, he only worked here part-time, but he was really good. He was always reliable, always showed up on time, was willing to work with the team, was willing to take initiative. These are things that transfer from job to job. It's not job skills, it's basic work ethic that you are proving to somebody. And when you prove that, now you have a reputation you're building as a good employee. And that will go everywhere with you, not just because it was a cafe, but because a cafe, like, they have the same principles as every job, Charlie. They want you to have a good work ethic. They expect you to show up on time. No excuses. There's no excuses in the adult world. The dog doesn't eat your homework, and if you don't wake up on time to get to work on time, whose fault is that? Your mom's? No, it's yours. So job references are very important. Yes, no free day. No, you don't offer to work for free. It's not a charity. That's the point. Also, when you offer to work for free, it sounds like you don't value your own time, and you do. You value your time more than any person your age I've ever met. So you don't give away your time. Even the most menial job doing dishes, you have to cover your own butt. You have to get paid. You work 1 hour washing dishes, you get paid for that 1 hour. And by the way, working at a cafe, you will be washing dishes. Yeah. Look, just rehearse what we call the elevator speech. It's a 30-second cell of your concept, your idea, your hopes, your plans, whatever. 30 seconds. Like a YouTube short, you have to be able to distill the idea so that a busy person understands you implicitly. Like, there it is. Busy person, I'm looking for a job. I know that you don't need me right now, but would you please keep me in mind? I will be reliable. If you hire me for this so many hours, so you stay your basic stuff in your first 2 sentences, and then if you still have their attention, you can add on to that 1 sentence at a time. You've got to assume all you got is 30 seconds to a minute to get your personality and devotion, your desires across to this person. And it's going to be like that the rest of your life with everything. Sit down, instead of blurting anything out, plan it. You go through this in your head anyway, right? You talk to yourself. So, hey, ask AI. You can't say, I'm not doing dishes in a cafe. What do you think you're going to be doing? The newest employees get all the scum jobs. And that goes also for everywhere unless you have a degree. But the newest person employed gets the worst jobs, because that's the whole idea of staying with a job and moving up. It gets better. You get more pay, you get more perks. You go from the dishwashing to fixing the salads to making the cappuccinos. You go to this point where they'll train you on the espresso machine. Excuse me, because you fuck up an espresso machine's boiler, you're a dead man. A dead man. So, yeah, you got there. They don't just put you on the most expensive machine in the entire place. They'll do whatever. No, the customer interface is for the people with experience. You are going to do whatever they tell you. That's the whole point of getting a job in a cafe. You don't choose. You say, I need to make money. That's your bottom line. I need to make money. I'm willing to do whatever I can to make it. You're going to do dishes at some point if you work in a cafe. They're going to expect you to be an adult about it and not be like a little kid saying, no, mommy, I don't want to do that. No, it's a job. You're right. I'm not your mommy, and I'm not going to be patient like a mommy might be. You're hired for this, and if you don't do it, you're fired. Goodbye. Next person. That's the way. Well, that's the point. This is the way of the world. This is the way. If you're looking at a cafe, you are a high school student with no skills, unless you can come up with another skill that you might be able to do. Like if you're really excellent in a subject, tutoring people who aren't for a fee. There are people who do that. So there's ways to make money. But if you think you can make money without putting a little bit of your own effort into it, I don't know where you would get that idea. It doesn't just pop out at you. You have to do something. Now you understand that during the pandemic, when everybody was having lockdowns and people with jobs, like jobs in cafes doing washing of dishes, you think that after getting a break, because they weren't being allowed to work, that would be the first thing they'd want to go back to when they can work? It's like, wait a minute, I just had off. I know what it's like not to have to do this damn job. I hated that job. It didn't pay shit. And I had no choice. Because that's the way of the world. No, nobody wants to go back and do those jobs. That's why they go and get education. So they don't have to. You're timing things that you haven't even been assigned. Do you understand that you might be hired and sent right to the kitchen? All right, pile of dishes, do it. That's not going to be a question. They're not going to baby you like you're a little kid. You're an adult. You got a job. This is your job today. It might be your job tomorrow, depending on who shows up or who doesn't. You have to learn some flexibility there, sweetie. If you want to make sure that you never get stuck doing dishes, you're going to have an actual goal in terms of a career or a job. And a plan for getting your entry-level job. You have to enter somewhere. Yes, usually that is how they do it. They rotate jobs. Again, I'm surprised you don't know more about it by having spoken at length with the people who actually work there. You're talking to these old ladies, but you don't do any going out of your way to talk to the people who work there and find out if they like it. And hey, do you think that there's room for one more? Maybe I can get 4 hours in a week. I ain't going to get much. You have to go to school. But odds are the person who puts in the most hours gets the best jobs. And if you're persistent and you last and you outlast other people, then you continue to move up. Just like from going by your current attitude about what you're willing to do in a job that you don't even have yet. it's more of a likelihood that you will be the one that leaves and someone else will move up in your place, because you're already finding objections to the job and you haven't even been hired. That's not really what I would consider a good sign. I think that you just need to start reevaluating what you want to do for a career. And look at lots of different things, Charlie, lots of different things, because you're not going to be happy in certain kinds of job. You already know that. So you can't force yourself to like something. And if you don't like it, you're not going to be studying it. If you're not studying it, you're going to fuck up. You just need to give more thought. Yeah, I'm sure they're busy. But are you ever there? Do you ever go out of your way? No. To be there when they're not so busy, and you can talk to someone who works there, or catch them when they're leaving their shift or finishing their shift or before they go on their shift. I mean, there's lots of clever ways that you can get more information about getting a job there, and even get an inroad through another person. An employee recommending you for a gig there is way different than a customer. They really don't listen to the customers as much as you think, because customers can be stupid. But employees, if an employee says, hey, this guy, I think he'd be good, the next time there's an opening, I know somebody, you don't know what they need. And it's not likely that they would make you 100% doing all day dishwashing, because there's not that many dishes. You have rushes, and then you have to make sure that you got clean whatever to serve the next wave of people. So usually under those circumstances, I mean, when I worked in the last cafe I worked in, do you know what my actual job was? I played the guitar and sang and entertained people. And the second job was making up the calendar and booking the entertainment for that cafe. That's what my real job was. But when it got busy and crazy, and sometimes people didn't show up because people got sick, especially young people, I would pitch in and I would make cappuccinos, or I would pull desserts out of the freezer and get them plated and put up there. I worked behind the counter. I worked in the kitchen, and yes, I did wash dishes. So I did that because it was what needed to be done, and I did sincerely want to see the cafe succeed. So I did whatever I was needed to do. That's simple. These places are not like fountains of money. They're usually just surviving. And they're surviving because they have wholesale licenses and they can buy extra food and get the discounts on it. So there's lots of things that they do as owners of cafes and restaurants that people don't realize that they need to do, because if they're not serving booze, their profit margin is very small. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, most restaurants, it's a law. In this country, we have Hobart. The Hobarts, they're like hot water, wham, and they got the sterilization stuff you put in. Yeah, it's automated to a degree. But guess what? If you're using one of those, you don't just throw filthy dishes there. They have to be scraped off, rinsed off, and put in there in proper order so that the hot water that's going through very fast can actually get to all this stuff that needs to be clean. So yeah, even loading the dishwasher and unloading it takes a little bit of training. It may only take 5 minutes of training, but you have to know what you're doing. So all these little things are just part and parcel of working in the restaurant business, and cafes are in that. They want people, I mean, I would want it, and you think about what makes a good employee? Team spirit, good attitude, someone who gets along with everybody, someone who does the job that they're hired to do and doesn't keep hiding in the bathroom, or, oh, hey, you know, I have a sister who smokes cigarettes, And I used to. I'm not condemning her for smoking cigarettes. But she begged to get a job interview. Now, she begged a person who was at that time one of my best friends, who begged her daughter to get her this interview. Well, it happened that she married the manager, and she made sure my sister got the interview. And I thought, oh, easy peasy, my sister's a shoo-in for this job. It's not exactly skilled labor, it's working for a Home Depot, which is a hardware store, you know. Well, the word came down to me. Never recommend your sister again. I will never arrange for her to get an interview. And I'm like, what happened? And my sister was so concerned about her cigarette breaks that's what she left in their minds, that, oh, she's more worried about her cigarette breaks than she is about what the actual job duties are, or even how much she's going to make. And by the way, she thought she was going to make more than the job was really offering as an entry-level position. She was like, oh, I was a manager of Walden's bookstore. It's like, yeah, but that was 30 years ago and you haven't worked since. So what kind of job do you think you're going to get now? You don't even remember what you do as a manager. So my sister embarrassed herself, obviously did not get the job, but they never want to see her again because they were embarrassed by the whole interview. Well, good luck tomorrow. Rehearse your direct questions so that you come across as a serious young adult. Not serious depressed, seriously looking for work, like you mean to work. Well, that helps. Definitely sparky. But we need to see what this looks like through the camera. Because my problem with sparkly stuff is it reflects so much light, it doesn't copy well. And oh my goodness, it's very sparkly. It's showing up everywhere. Well, after it's nice and solid, I'll brush all the excess off. Let's take a look at that. Well, it's not adding any real color, but it does make the strings stand out, and that's the idea. All right, I will continue and see if I continue to like it. Come on. So you've been watching somebody for 3 hours, and what does that mean, Charlie? You spent your Saturday sitting in somebody else's reality? What were you doing for 3 hours? Just sitting there talking? Did he talk with you? Chat with you? Oh, he's cute. Okay. That's it? He's cute? So you're just sitting there staring at him? Oh, well, good. So you're not just sitting, you're communicating. Good. So what country is this one in? Or which country? Oh. So how old a dude? I see. Cute, sweet, in another country altogether. Oh, Super Bowl time. Ugh. So Super Bowl is this weekend? Justin, Doc, aloha, and howdy. Oh my god. Yes. I'm not going to go into how misogynistic that actually is. Just because you like pussy, that does not make you a fucking male lesbian. It just makes you male. A lesbian only likes other women. And it's a woman liking a woman in a special way. You're just fucking men who want to get fucked. So, Hello. Man, it's a miracle I'm not a lesbian. Okay. Yeah, science. I'm going with the science. So, what are you guys up to? Maui, you're 6 hours ahead, earlier. And Justin or Ryan, you are 3 hours ahead. Backward, rather. Yeah, the other way. Sorry, I just set the world going in the opposite direction it's been going. So I'm a little confused. It takes a lot of energy to turn the world. They love you. Who loves you? Lesbians? Or just women? Oh, you're multi-computing. Okay. Show off. I had one of these. What time is it? Oh. Well, I'm going to say that one wasn't enough for somebody like me. I'm too much of a hardhead. Dare I? Yeah, I got something so freaking dank. It's a Delta 9 creation, I think. Oh, okay. Well, playing with AIs. There you go, Charlie. He wants to have a conversation about AI. And you're playing your 10-10-10 day. I want to see you go down to 9. Get higher up in that. Get in the top 5. Oh, yeah. Obviously, I can only do one thing at a time here myself. But I got something called Death Eater. And I thought, how can you not try something with the name Death Eater? It's a rare form, or a rare strain of a Delta, no, Delta 8 or 9. I don't know. I gotta go look at it. I'll go look at it. Hold on. Well, right now, Richard is, no doubt, playing airline pilot. He's been practicing flying with a sim. I'm looking all over for it, and I already brought it out here. Let's see, where is it? Yeah. This is Death Eater. Mood, creative. Genetics, AC/DC, Harley 2X, Karmatonic 2. No, Karmatonic Z. Z2. They all look the same to these glasses. Scent. It does peanut butter, wet earth, and funk. Yeah, sounds real good. It is amazing. As far as sticky. Oh, Battlefield. That's what kept trying to reach the end of the internet. It's like, yeah, it's like the end of the universe. The other side of the universe, you know what happens. Everything just starts over. Why are you rushing it? Yeah, Battlefield 1942. No, thank you. No battles, no guns, no war, no. Although I will pop bubbles or something else that explodes. Just don't want the graphics that go along with the explosion or death of humans. Our thoughts are things. I think the more people understand that, the less we're going to be doing with violent things because of what it's doing to our energy. But we get addicted to them, we enjoy them, we get proficient, and then we don't want to give up. Another problem is that we develop our social circles around them. And then if we cut ourselves off from that game, even if it's not doing good things for us, we will not stop it because we have a social circle. And we're not going to want the disapproval or rejection of any of that. My current top games are like the wood puzzles, like Sudoku, but wood puzzle pieces. Kind of Tetris, but not quite. That's more what I do when I just want to kind of meditate my brain away into a game. SimCity is the only game I play. Scrabble and variation on Scrabble. I play Richard some games, and my friend Diana out in California on the Scrabble game. So I have two different games of Scrabble, but I'm only playing a couple of people. Occasionally, Mr. Gary remembers to play, so we have one game we keep going. Haven't done any tower defense kind of stuff. Understand, I'm not disapproving, I'm not personally against any of this stuff. All of it's our creation. But as we're learning more about how we create, we are also going to inevitably learn how to manipulate our energy more efficiently, and in doing that, we're going to be changing where we put our attention. It's the only way to change what we're creating in our bodies and our lives. So it all does count. It's just people haven't been understanding why and how, and we're starting to get an idea. So personally, I'm fascinated with it, and my own experiments have been so far really fun. Now, I got that letter from Publishers Clearinghouse that I had to sign for. Well, I didn't get the letter yet because they just picked up the signed slip today. So tomorrow I should get my letter. I was disappointed not to finally conclude the mystery today, but I don't have control over all that. I did learn accidentally what I'm willing to accept into my vibration and what I'm not. Because, when I told Oinkness and Sizzle and my friend from SimCity about getting that letter, and that letter could mean up to a maximum of $10,000. It could be anything in between. It could be $1. Literally, it could just be $1. It could be that disappointing, but it might not be. So my friends were immediately, as I would want them. When you're trying to create your reality, you want to create the best reality. So you get happy. It's important to get happy. So I was getting happy. And then in the middle of all that rampage of happiness and high energy and like, yeah, whatever it is, it's got to be good. Whatever it is, it's more than what I've got right now. It could be something big. Get happy, because it doesn't matter what you're happy over. If you're happy, you get that energy up there, that's a good thing. It's always good for you. It's good for you physically, mentally, emotionally, and materially. The more happy you can bring into your life, the better. That's why we talk about that. And my other friend was like, well, don't get your hopes up too high. It's like, well, where are your hopes, really, when you go to buy a lottery ticket? Are you hoping to lose? Aren't you hoping that you'll win the first prize? So I realized that even in thinking about suppressing my own joy and anticipation of potentially good news, I suddenly was down. And it was like, oh, you know what? It's nobody's fault. It's mine. Instead of staying on the high flying disc, as they call it, I went down. And that's nobody's fault but me. But I now understand exactly what Esther was saying about when she's up there, she doesn't want to be within 10 miles of somebody who isn't. Because when you are working to get your energy up there, you do not want someone around you who is going to try and bring you back to reality or down to earth. It's like, no, I'm working to break free of Earth's gravity. I don't need somebody to remind me that it's even in existence. So it was good to note that, because I wasn't sure, about me. It's like, it's my responsibility to maintain my flow. But we also need to know what we want to be around. What's going to work for us in our dreams. That's why one of the things we say, well, like, if you have a dream, keep it to yourself. There's an old witch expression, power shared is power lost. I listened to the happy song today, by the way. I love Pharrell Williams. His energy is just so happy and up. Like a room without a roof. Yes, exactly. Like a room without a roof. Keep rising. So it's just a reminder that we are always in charge of our own emotional states. It's nobody else's job to make you happy, to keep you up if you're up. But clearly, we don't want to spend a bunch of time around people who don't support our emotional state when it's a good emotional state. If you know the truth. Make it rhyme. Make it rhyme. Justin, you were into sci-fi, yes? I'm assuming. Have I asked this before? Have you guys read Childhood's End by Arthur C. Clarke? It's actually 2 books, but they're small. You have not. Da, si, oui. Yes, I have not. Childhood's End brought a lot of misery to Arthur C. Clarke. First of all, it was very early science fiction. But boy, did he nail it. Right now, I guarantee you, if it was to get popular again, evangelicals would be raising a frickin' crazed, ban this book, because they tried to do that when it first came out. And you would have to read it to understand why. I highly recommend it. Little Ant. I haven't seen that. Little Ant Song? The book. I don't know what happened to this, and I did not get an update, but there's definitely a different keyboard on my chat now, and it's really been annoying. Oh, this is not hidden at all. What about a rubber tree plant, Doc? Oh, the song Rubber Tree Plant. Right. Oh, that was, oh God, Stranger in a Strange Land. What was that, like 10th grade? 11th grade? Childhood Ends was not assigned, but it should have been. Yeah. Well, I'm certainly not looking for that subject. Now, the reason I'm recommending it is because as the world is changing right now, it'll help you understand the angle we're working from. It's a really important story. But when it came out, of course, it was blasphemous. And the author spent the rest of his time just saying, it was just a story. It's just a story. It's not my personal opinion that this is going to happen. When you consider it was written and published around the time I was born, or just before it, I'm not sure now. I can't remember, it was 53 it came out, or 55. Anyway, it was somewhere then, and to see the science that has actually happened since the writing of that book, it's even more impressive than saying what we took out of Star Trek. and made live. Because it's way before Star Trek, by a minimum of a decade. But it's really, really a good story. And by the way, Maui, the hero that basically the second book is about, is a brave black scientist. I think just for that, they probably wanted to ban it back then. You made a black man a hero. I gave my last copy of Childhood Zen to Rich. He hasn't read it yet. But I love that book so much, and I don't know how many copies I've gone through because I gave them to people to read and they loved it and never gave it back. Oh my God. I read his short stories, but in anthologies mostly, I think. I used to belong to a science fiction book club where they sent you stuff that they picked out for you. And tons of it. I loved that. It's like, yeah, hard covers. One of my favorite stories came from that, one of the anthologies. What was cool about sci-fi is a lot of women wrote it. And that was not easy to get acceptance back then. Anyway, so some of them wrote under men's names. You'd think it was a romance novel. I can't say I've seen a bunch of it around me either, Maui. Last year, the grocery store had Black History Month grocery bags and all that. And I bought one and it was stolen from me. So I don't have one anymore. And I haven't seen them this month. So if I see it again, I'll grab one. I don't have television, and no, I haven't seen any of that new stuff. No Voyager, no Deep Space anything, nothing. I've seen the first couple or 3 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation, and that's where I left off. But rumor has it I'm going to be gifted a little TV, so we'll see what happens. I have not had a television since 2012, at least. And before that, I only had it for like a year. Before that, I went more like 30 years without a TV. No, a lot is long. 20 years without a TV. I had a TV when I was married to my first husband, but no TV married to my second husband. Yeah, the olden days. I had a little Verizon TV, and I forget what it was called, but it was a smart TV. It was small. It was all right, but it died very, very quickly. So, and what we used that for was to stream the movies that I bought. It'll stream them instead of having to find a DVD player, which we did not have at the time. '12 is so 90s. Benny is writing about a space station situated near a wormhole. Interesting. Well, anything can happen on a space station, right? So what are you doing this weekend? Okay. Did someone mention Charlie? Not recently. This reminds me of putting flour on a cake pan and getting rid of the excess. That was a while ago. Justin mentioned it. And I said, oh, Charlie has been wanting to have a conversation about AI. So yes, that's what I said. Orion, which AI are you using? I remember Charlie in the original Star Trek. He was fucking scary. Yeah, Charlie X. That's the one. He did a good job, don't you think? Unnerving little bastard. Charlie, you cannot have that a grown woman. I'm sorry. Plus, you're a monster. Right. I remember. He was a little bastard. The face that he would make when he. What else did that actor do? I never did look that up. I think I've cooked my tea enough. Go to sleep, go to sleep. You can wake up tomorrow. Yeah, it sounds like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Good night, Charlie. Go to bed. Tomorrow is another day. Yeah, he wasn't like, oh, he's so cute. Let's find out more about him. He looked like I'm a serious actor doing this show. What's wrong with me? Oh yeah, I'm a starving actor, like every other buddy here. Oh yes, well, Brent Spiner did make it look attractive. He just didn't seem as appealing out of makeup. He looked like a human. Let's do that up there. Gooey, gooey, gooey. Well, I can't say I'm impressed by a single dose of the mood gummy. Yeah, I remember when Captain Kirk had a gig where he had to be on top of a moving train. And they did that scene close to where I was living at the time. But there was no getting down to it. You couldn't get near the area. So I was like, well, may as well be. Not like he's not even here. I'm going to have a lot of this stuff to clean up. Oh, but it's looking right sparkly now. Let's get some more sparkle. I was watching an old episode, because they're only old episodes of the original Bewitched. And there was a security guard in an art, in a gallery, art gallery, who was not credited in the old database, but he played an African American who spoke Swahili, but he wasn't that at all. He was taken over by that monster that fell in love with McCoy. The suction musk that ate all the salt out of you. Okay, I think we got it all. Well, all that I'm planning on doing with this. Are we all sparkly now? Yes, we are. All right. When it's completely dry, I can brush off the excess glitter and we'll see what it looks like. So that'll be tomorrow. And today we have glitter. Glitter everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Oh God, he was great. Yeah. Hardcore Fenton Mudd. Yeah. Harry Mudd. I loved the way they worked. They loved working with him. He was a good actor. He was very funny. He was so good at going from being the clown to extremely menacing and dangerous. Oh. Ron Howard, you mean? I know, right? It's illogical. It's illogical. Mm-hmm. If only it were that easy. They could have completely flummoxed the Terminator. Just give it a riddle it can't solve. It'll stand there forever until it blows up. I love you. However, I hate you. That's not logical. A lot of twins got work for that episode. Calling all twins. And triplets. Yeah, I like that episode. He was in, what, 3? He was in Trouble with Tribbles, right? Oh, no, that was the other one. That was also really good. I forgot what his name was, but yeah. What did they call him? He was basically a harmless space something. Basically like a gypsy. Okay, we're getting there. Now, we have a catnip mouse here that will be going somewhere just to be funny. And Toblerina and her little ears. Matter of fact, we need to, now that the first part of it is done, let's get them on there more solidly. And there you go. You too. This is not working. I'm going to have to do this in another stage. There we go. Okay. I have to have that line work. All right, keep going. Now we're going to have that. We'll put her sunglasses on. Maybe I'll have her carry a mouse. Or we'll just have the dead mouse hanging, dangling from a cat's mouth. Oh, that'd be funny. Like here. Got it by the tail. Just stick it in the mouth. I think that's funny. Others might not feel that way. Okay, now, piece of paper. Now, even though I did not invent the glitter bomb, I did come up with the idea of marking people with this stuff when I was working on it back in the 90s. Because back in the 90s, we were messing around with this stuff. Matter of fact, in the 80s, but in the 90s, and I realized every time I worked with it, I ended up with it showing up in the weirdest places. It's very deceptive, and right now it's really deceptive because I can't see as well as I hoped. Hold on. I must answer this. Sweet dreams. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Justin. I am going to go. Now that we're done with this, I need to make dinner. All right. That's great. Okay, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. It's Saturday, and you know Saturday is definitely art day. I will have this cleaned up, and we're going to work on tiny ties, tiny toe ties. Have a great night. Hey, Orion, make sure you say good night to your wife. And wait a second, I can't read what's on the bottom of that screen. Wait a second. When will TV show up? Yours or mine? Because I don't know for either one. I'm not in a rush to get mine since I've been living without it for years. So when it shows up, I will be grateful. Until then, I just won't think about it. I assume it will. So I'll see you all tomorrow. You sleep well. Have fun the rest of the day because you got more day ahead of you. It's night here now. I'm going to eat. Yeah, I don't know when. It's up to whatever they're able to do. It's no big deal. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.